Hello friends, in this video we will look at the various types of operating system. This is in continuation with the previous video, and in this video we will discuss parallel systems and distributed systems. So let us begin. In parallel systems and distributed systems, the basic definition of parallel system and distributed system is that it involves two or more computers to solve the problem. That means both in distributed and in parallel there are more than one computer. And how we differentiate between a parallel system and a distributed is, in the parallel system, the two computers or more computers, the collection of multiple processors that we have is on the same motherboard. That means within the same CPU tower that we have more than one processor mounted on a single motherboard. And all the processors, they are going to be on the same computer. And in case of a distributed system, there is going to be a collection of multiple computers, but they are spread across different geographical locations. That means one of the computers is in Delhi maybe, and one of the computers is in Chennai, the other computer is in America. So the computers are spread across geographically, and they are connected by some kind of a network, like the World Wide Web is going to connect those computers, or the internet is going to connect the computers. So such a system in which multiple processors are there but they are spread across geographical locations, those are the distributed systems. So this is the basic definition. Now let us look at the specific features of parallel and distributed systems. So coming to the parallel systems, the other name for this kind of a system is a multiprocessing system. Why the name multiprocessing? Because more than one processor is there in a parallel system. In a multiprocessing system. So when more than one CPU or cores are mounted in a single motherboard, then it is a parallel or a multiprocessing system. Like we can see here, we have one CPU in which registers and cache are there. Then there is second CPU, third CPU, and all of them are present within the same motherboard and they share a common memory. And in fact, they share the clock pulses, they share the memory, and they share the system bus. So all these three CPUs, they can interact with each other and they will share the bus, the memory, and the clock. This is a very important feature of a parallel system. Then there are types of parallel systems or multiprocessing systems. There are two types, symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric multiprocessing system is one in which all the CPUs are going to be at the same level. Nobody is master, nobody is slave. All of them, they will divide the work among each other and nobody is going to be the monitor of anyone. So all the CPUs are working at the same level. That is why it is known as symmetric. All are same. Then in asymmetric, one of the processors will become the master and the other processors will become the slave, and therefore it is known as a asymmetric multiprocessing method. So now coming to the distributed systems. The distributed systems is a collection of multiple computers which are spread across different geographical areas. So it is something like that you try to access the web server of Facebook in order to log in into your account. So you become the client and you are going to send the request, and the remote machine which will receive your request, that is going to serve you. So for that particular moment of time, the commands are generated at a remote computer and the other machine which is present across the network is going to execute those commands. So it is an example of a distributed system. Now in distributed systems, we do not share the clock, bus or the memory. Then we can request execution of processes remotely using the remote method invocation, which is there in all the modern languages. And then we can, these systems, they can share the printers, storage and devices that can be connected to the network. So printers can be shared, like I am sitting in India, I can give a command to print a document somewhere in Delhi, or somewhere in America or somewhere in Australia. And storage can also be shared, like your Netflix is a very good example. They have storage area networks and from there we all are streaming the information. Similarly, other type of storage area networks can be there, and we can access the information remotely. So in distributed systems, we can share only those devices which can be connected to the network. Then there are types of distributed systems. Client to client relation can be there. Client server relation can be there between two machines, or peer to peer relation can be there. So in client server, the roles are fixed. One machine is the server, the other is the client. The client will always send the request to the particular server. But in peer to peer, both the machines, all the machines that are involved, so at one time one will become the server, the other will become the client, and then they can even reverse the role. So that way all the machines are equal here, and in client server one machine is the server and the other is the client. An example of this is a distributed banking system. Suppose I am living in Delhi, and there is a bank named SBI in Delhi, and there is a branch of the same bank in Chennai. Now, if I want to, my original home branch is Delhi branch. Now I want to withdraw money when I am in Chennai. I want to withdraw money from the bank. So what will happen? This bank is going to request for my data. The Chennai branch is going to request for my data to the Delhi branch, because they don't know about me, but they can find out about me from the Delhi branch, and therefore they will give me the money when I will request. So this is an example of a distributed database system. So in distributed operating systems, similarly, one machine can request the other machine to perform an operation on its behalf. That is the guiding principle behind the distributed systems. I hope this video is helpful to you, and if you like my channel, please subscribe it, like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you.